Hey you guys, welcome in to Divine Golden Master, where we master being divine at this 3D reality. We are going to get into November. We are a couple days late, you guys. We know after that intense month we had, it was really a beautiful experience. I feel like I love this time of the year just because the energy is so like undescribably deep, and I just love that about it. But yes, so this video is basically going to touch on some of the major astrology for November that we should look out for. Now, one of the events that we are experiencing the energy now is this super moon in Taurus, this full moon in Taurus, okay? And this happened on the 5th. I have my notes right here so we don't get off track. But yeah, so that energy is challenging our values, our sense of security, right? What really makes us feel stuck, and what makes us feel stable, and what could be keeping us stuck, right? It also has us look at different goals, different forms of being, as in where we are, and thinking about where you could be. That could be something that could be highly aspected this time. If you've been trying to transform your energy, or just going through some form of any shape or form, like any I'm getting tongue tied, but any form of transformation, this is this energy, right? Because this could be where you're looking at the aspects from how you show up within a family dynamic, how you show up within your career, how you show up within your love relationship. You know, this is that energy where you could be also seeing if it aligns with what you want to show up as, right? And also having a clear picture and image of what it is that we're working towards. Now, the next thing that's going to be major for November is going to be the Mercury retrograde. This is going to be November 9th through the 29th. Now, we know we're in Scorpio season, so of course with Mercury, it rules over transportation, all right, communication. Be careful of having misunderstandings within communication when talking, and people maybe even, feeling more vulnerable, which like things could go more left than they usually would, especially too with transportation, accidents, things like that. And it starts in Scorpio and moves into Sagittarius. So once it's in Sagittarius, it will be in a lighter energy. All right. But this energy will be having you also revisit beliefs, communication, mishaps, like we just spoke about, and rethinking what you thought you knew. Okay. So this could also look like a death and transformation of some type of belief system. Right, so say if you've been religious and that worked for you this long, but now you want to put a death to the old way of how you did it and transform it. Or if you're spiritual, or however, whatever you resonate with, you want to put a death to it and create something new, right? More in alignment with who you are in this present moment. This is this energy. So I definitely recommend journaling during this Mercury retrograde, because it will be really good to see. It's Mercury rules over communication, right? So it'd be really good to see, like, sometimes you have those moments where you want to journal and you don't have anything you really feel like writing. This is a time where you may have a lot, and then you can look back over it. You can look back at it over time and see, right? And kind of align yourself with what you express, and also take checks and balances in the future to see what you manifested, what you didn't, right? So yeah, Jupiter also turns retrograde on November 11th in Cancer. Okay, so with that, this is all about, to me, in my opinion, through my perception, slow, like the small, steady steps, taking your time on your creative process. Like how a lot of artists won't do a painting until they feel inspired. This is that energy where it's like, look for the inspiration and don't rush the growth with something, with that Jupiter energy. Okay. So yeah, this slows growth and expansion. It invites more inward reflection about emotional growth and home themes. Okay, so with it in Cancer, a lot like your parenthood or your relationship with your mother or the relationship you have with your kids, how you show up in your feminine energy could be highly aspected, right? So be open and to receive what your spirit guides could be guiding you towards, especially with the veil being thin, right? Major healing could go on with that. And, you know, as you heal that Cancer energy, which I feel like it always gives heart energy because it's emotion, right, to me. And when you heal certain emotions, you also break free of certain blockages because you opened up space now. So you get more blessings, okay? Right? Upside of healing. New moon in Scorpio. This is going to be an exciting time because new moons is all about, right, new goals. Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. So I love new moon in Scorpios. It's an exciting time. And it's powerful for rebirth, transformation, emotional depth, and shedding what no longer serves you. And we know we also are in a 9 years, so we can really focus this energy on self-development, right? We've learned so many lessons throughout the year, and at this time, we could take the time to really sit and resonate on what exactly we've gained from these lessons, right? These L's, but these L's really stand for lessons. What have we gained? Because a lot of things have been going on, shifting, where a lot of shifting, resetting, pivoting, right? The energy where it's like this, a lot of people have been seeing, okay, this isn't working, this is changing, just drastic things happening. And it's like spirit is like, okay, well, how will you pivot? This is that energy. If you guys have been feeling stuck, some of you guys may get a release. So around that time, you may start to feel like the answers are here. You know what to do now, okay? That's that energy for that new moon in Scorpio. And y'all know we're gonna have group rituals throughout the month. I have them posted on Instagram. I believe I posted them on the community tab. If not, we'll go ahead and post them again. And it's just the full month breakdown for November. And the rituals and just different things you can look forward to for November. So that's exciting. But yeah, so the next thing that's something we want to look at here is Saturn stations direct on the 27th in Pisces. Okay, so the slow, heavy lessons begin to move forward again. Like I said, that's another energy where things will also be picking up, especially when it comes to like learning hard lessons. You know, Saturn Daddy. I know I call it Saturn Daddy because it teaches the lessons where you may not want to learn them, but you're going to learn them and it's going to make you better. And yay. And I want to hear it, is what Saturn Daddy come and say to us. Okay, so yes, this is going to be a good time where after these heavy lessons, now you can begin to move forward again. Time to solidify structures and boundaries you've been reworking. So a lot of you guys too, you will be reframing and revisiting certain relationships and creating them in a whole new way because you have brand new boundaries. All right, now Uranus also will be re-entering Taurus retrograde, so that's going to be an interesting energy on November 7th, shaking up our sense of security, triggering needed changes to what you thought was safe, right? Well, as soon as I said safe, I heard Cardi B song like, manipulation at its finest. My manipulation. But yeah, so Taurus and Uranus already is opposite energy, right? So that's an energy where, like for me personally, I'm more Uranus. And with the Taurus energy, you know, Taurus is more like very not rigid, but just more so in their way. Uranus is more free thinking, inventive, so it's not going to do the normal thing. Taurus normally will, the more safe thing, right? But so this is an energy where it's like, I heard good cop, bad cop, good cop, bad cop. But it's like that energy where now you're going to be exploring, right? With this Uranus and Taurus energy, it's like, okay, this used to feel safe, but how can I integrate this new way that I like, but it's something that doesn't feel right. How can I integrate this and fix that something that doesn't feel right, for lack of better terms, right? But ideas will be coming, something brand new, inventive, something that you've never tried before with this Uranus energy. And I feel like for a lot of people, it's gonna bring emotional growth, a lot of emotional growth and accountability. So I like that. I like that energy. Plus, with the Uranus Neptune sextile around the 20th, this is going to be really beautiful for spiritual insight, intuitive leaps, creative awakenings, which we will be doing a live on YouTube and on Instagram that day, the 20th. I'm not doing a post about it, but y'all heard. Because it's a beautiful energy. My moon is in Aquarius, so yes, let's get into that. Pisces, Neptune, Uranus, Aquarian energy, all right? So overall, introspection, transformation, recalibration, right? This is like, I was getting a lot of people are putting the finishing touches on things, because it's like a lot of answers are coming, all right? And it's not a month for pushing too hard. It's a month for listening, shedding, and doing the internal work, right? Taking time. Don't rush it, because you rush it, you don't really know what feels good, what doesn't. So take your time. All right, so tomorrow I will be posting another video about what it means for your sign when it comes to the overall month for your specific sign. So y'all stay tuned for that. I will be doing that for you guys tomorrow. I'll probably post it around the same time as this, late night or the afternoon. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some tips also to flow gracefully with this month on the end of that video. But I'm also gonna tell you, so we're gonna split it up. I'm gonna give you 3 now and 3 later. So the main thing I want you guys to keep trying to express, and I hope it's, coming through, is to be gentle. Be gentle with your words, all right, and with your listening. Don't allow people to be expressive. Don't put so many judgments on what people say, so that you could get the most authentic experience in your relationships, if that makes sense, right? Don't judge so much. Just allow people to be who they are, and try to meet that understanding there. Especially with that Mercury retrograde, it's going to bring that miscommunication. But this is a time for growth. We said this already. Journal shadow stuff, especially after November 20th, the new moon. Things want to be seen, not buried. Okay, so take time to do that shadow work. And then, y'all know what they say about the contracts, things like that. Try to avoid doing contractual agreements and things like that during the retrograde. But if it's absolutely necessary, because where there's a will, there's a way, just take more precaution with it. Just take more precaution, all right? And in the next video, I will give you guys a couple more things that you can do to be able to maneuver through November, as a no problem November, rather than a nasty November. No, not nasty in a good way. Not nasty in a good way. But all right, you guys, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next one. If you want to book a reading, you can go ahead and do so by texting the number down below in the description box. And I will see you guys later. Peace.